I received the junior fire marshal kit from the Hartford Company. It actually was in my classroom for a couple of months. We were coming towards the close of the school year in May. I thought, best time to get it out, getting ready to go on summer break. Every lesson, we talked, we role-played, we went through, gave scenarios. Kids talked about when they had fires in their house, their fire exits, where their smoke detectors are.
It came in as people trapped, child trapped in the basement.
When we pulled up, fire was blowing out of every side of the house.
Saw a lot of people outside and they were really excited. I mean, it was, they were pointing in the basement, the house was rolling, hair standing up a little bit. Everybody else was accounted for outside. Mom and Dad were outside.
She was trapped in the basement and the fire was right at the landing, so she had no escape. She remembers pulling her arms up in her sleeves and pulling her feet up into her clothes, getting as far away as she could from where the fire was and getting as low as she could go, and she covered herself up.
The breathing gets going, sweating, I'm hyped up, but I try to keep a clear mind because I don't want to go in there and make a crucial mistake.
For me, it's kind of a battle to stay as calm as possible. I still have to talk on the radio and I have to make quite a few decisions in the first few minutes. I told Marcus to pull a line. I don't think I even had to tell you to pull a line. He was already doing it. Kind of watching everything and making sure that we're getting the whole picture before we go into the dark, because once you get in there, it's lights out.
The only way to get in was knock the fire down. We pretty much just created our own path with the water stream. We got down to the bottom of the stairs. Our Lieutenant Doug went one way, I went the other way.
Every basement is full of stuff. It's usually not the easiest place to walk around, and that's what this basement was like.
You pretty much had to rely on your training to search and rescue, feeling around, feeling walls, because you can't see anything. It's like you're holding your hand over your face.
I remember crawling into the water tank, and I was close enough to see it that I could see that it was the water tank. And I was like, she's down here. She's got to be here.
I thought I had a door, trying to open. There was mattresses in front, so I'm moving everything, but it was just the studs.
I was crawling, I felt the door handle, opened it. She was right inside the doorway, felt what felt like a body. So I picked her up, turned around, actually ran into Marcus, and he pointed me in the right direction, and up the stairs we went. As soon as we got out the door, the med unit was right there. The guys brought the cot over, we carried her to the cot. They got her to the hospital pretty quick.
I got a call from my principal on May 9th, 10:30 at night, to tell me that there was a house fire, and it was Zioli's house. I almost screamed in the phone when I'm talking to her. Oh my gosh, I just taught this not even 2 weeks ago. She was at Children's in the burn unit, and they had put her into a medically induced coma because her body and her heart was trying to work so hard to fix her lungs and all of her internal organs. I was scared to touch her, but I just stood there and cried because she's mine. She's one of mine. Maybe 4 days later, I went to visit her. Now this time we go in and we are passing Mom in the hallway, and Mom is almost running out with her cell phone, and she's yelling, "She's waking up. She's waking up." We walked in the room. They had taken her breathing tube out, and she was waking up. Her arms were kind of flailing, and our eyes just kept popping open. She was coughing so hard, and just it hurt you to listen to her coughing. So I reached down and I got right in her face, and I told her, I said, "Zioli, keep going. I love you. You know how much I love you." Her arm reached up and she, tapped me on the hair. She knew it was me. She knew that it was me standing there talking to her. I saw her 2 weeks later. She'd been released. We're having a family celebration. She's home and she's alive. We went, knocked on the door, and here comes Zioli, and she just jumped at me.
I think them teaching the younger kids how to close the door, it gives them time, and that's what she did, and it gave her time for us to get there and actually get her out, and it saved her life.
She has had 100% full recovery, and she comes in to kiss me every day and say good morning.